Okay, folks, we are going to start XPlane, and I have used this just a little bit, and I'm going to fly the Airbus, which also I have just used a little bit, and it's been a while since I have flown the Airbus, and it has also been a while since I have well, it's been a while since I've been in the plane, and it's also, this is new to me. Okay, so I haven't used XPlane much. I've done a couple of upgrades to it. We're going to start out at Phoenix Airport, and we're going to start out at gate Alpha 22. That'll work. So we're going to do that. We're going to confirm that. We're also going to get some other things going here. So bear with me while I do this. You're with me for the first time as well while I do this. Okay, so let's see. Customize, we've got an airport. We've got Phoenix up. That's where we're going to start. We're going to start at gate A22. So let's start the flight here. So it's going to load. And let's see if we get a dark airplane. That's what I'm hoping. We get a dark airplane. Looks like it's going to take a while to load up here. So this is all in real time. Sorry if it's boring. Trying to get back into flying. And I'm going to use the XPlane, so I know what I'm doing here. Alright, let's see. Alright, got an airplane at the gate. It looks like it is cold and dark. So we're going to have to get the airplane started. So first thing we're going to check is make sure they're not doing any maintenance on the airplane. And then the next thing we go to look for is the landing gear handle is down, and it is. We're next going to look to see if the engine masters are off, which they are, and that the engine mode is normal. The radar is off, and now we're going to go up to the upper panel, and we're going to look for, let me move it over here so you get a better look. And, let's see, we want our batteries to be not, or we want them to be about 25.5. We've got 25.8, 24.2, so those are good. So we're going to get the batteries on, 1 and 2. Okay, batteries are on, and it doesn't look like we have external power connected, so I believe we're going to need to get that connected over here. So prep electrical system for boarding. So it's starting the APU for us. It doesn't have the external power. I'm not sure how that gets connected. That might be in another frame here. Let's see. Plug in. Nope, sound. I think it's on here somewhere. No, that's not it. Thought it was, but I guess it's not. Aircraft performance. Show data. Let's see. Nope, not there. Edit weight and balance. This might be it. Show iOS. Nope, that's not it. That's the instructor operating station. I'm not used to using this yet. I haven't done it yet. Let's see, it shows us in Phoenix. It shows the weather, and we're not going to do any failures. Weight and balance fuel. That would be something we'd load in. So that's something. So right now we'll leave that off. Mode IFR high, cloud, no wind. Okay. So right now we're going to leave the instructor panel off. I haven't used that yet. Start engines to running. We're not going to do that. Okay, anyway, we do have, well, the APU is not running. So we're going to get the APU running here now. We're going to start it up. And if you look down, APU shows available, flap opened, and doesn't look like the EGT's coming up. Looks like it just made it available right away. So haven't seen that yet, but it made it available right away, which it is. So we're going to get the APU bleed going, and we're going to turn the temperature switches down to 1 notch below. That usually keeps the cabin pretty good temperature. Okay, so let's say we have all our forms and manuals. Now we're going to go down to the ECAM, and nothing on the ECAM. Check our life vest, escape rope, ELT panel is installed. ELT panel, like I said, it's been a while since I've been in the airplane, so I'm trying to remember where the ELT panel is. Let's see, is it up here? Nope. Okay guys, sorry, can't remember where the ELT panel is. Hope we don't have to use it today. Overhead circuit breakers, that would be all of those. So let's see if moving in and up works to check those. And then, let's see, how's that work? Up. Oh, there are all the overhead circuit panels. So they're all good. Audio switching panel. That's there, that looks good. Maintenance panel. FO escape rope, FO life vest, PBE. Let's see. The escape rope would be in here, and it doesn't look like you can move it. The PBE would be back behind the seat. If it were in here, let's go down there. There's the fire extinguisher. The PBE would be behind there. Gear pins and crash axe, those are on the back wall. Let's see, oh, that's where it's got the PBE in this one, that's where it's got the crash axe. Then we'd come up and we check the back wall circuit breakers. We have to go behind the seat. Let's go behind the seat. Those are the back wall circuit breakers. Looks like this one, I don't know, what do we have here? A camera or a screen in the cockpit? Don't know about that. Alright, next. Rain repellent reservoir. That would be there. The observer's life vest. Compartment and areas. Check. Let's see, what do we have down here? Observer life vest. Okay, now we're going to go around. Turn back around. There's the captain's fire extinguisher. Okay, now we got to come ahead of the seat. Now we're ahead of the seat. So now we're going to go up and check the ADR panel. Trying to get a better view here. Okay, there are the ADRs. Check. Flight control panel, check. GPWS panel. Recorder panel. We could test it. We're not going to do that here because you can't. Neither of these are pressable, but that is. Now we go down to the oxygen panel. Oxygen looks good. We have the call panel. And let's see. Doesn't let me call all, but okay. Rain repellent wiper panel. Fire panel. Now to test the fire panel, what you do is you do that and you get a bell. And while you're doing that, and I don't know if we can do that at the same time, but normally what you get when you do that is you're going to get a master warning. You're going to get an ECAM. Let's see if we can get this done here, if there's a way to do it. We're going to come back and we're going to try and go up. Can we back out a little and get them both? Here, it looks like maybe we can get them this way. Okay, test. Okay, so it's not perfect. It's not giving us the other indications with it. So that's something that's not connected. So anyway, so you test them. So that works. What do we got? So fire panel. Then you come down to the hydraulic panel. Now in the Airbus, you're looking for pretty much everything black. Like if we did that, you're turning the pump on, and that's an that's a pump that is pretty much a backup. Number 2 engine pumps in. So that all those should look black. The next panel we'll check is the fuel panel. Now when you come to a cold aircraft, right now the fuel pumps are off. Electrical panel, we're looking for 28 on here, batteries on. Right now you have generator faults because they are not running. Okay. Next is the AC panel, and we actually want to get our packs on so our passengers get some air. Otherwise you'll have flight attendants complaining it's hot, and you'll probably be complaining it's hot. Anti-ice panel, everything's off right now. Window probe heat off. Cabin pressure, we don't want to do a manual control right now, but if you did, you click that to manual, and then this switch would raise and lower the cabin pressure. Right now it's set to auto. This is the famous ditching switch that on the long checklist when Sully landed on the Hudson River, they didn't get to the ditching push button. The ditching push button closes up all the outflow valves, inflow and outflow valves on the airplane. So that would have kept water from getting in and helping it sink. We want to put our strobes to auto, beacon off, wing off, our nav and logo. Let's see, we got 1 and 2. So there is no really off here, so we're going to leave that. Our overhead lights, let's see, if that, yeah, there you go, that would turn the lighting on and off, so if it were night you would set that. Ice and standby compass is normally there, dome light. Now we want to arm our emergency exit lights, so armed. If they were on, that would turn them on in the back. If you arm them, that would be off. Tell you what, let's see if we turn them on and turn around and look in the airplane. Let's do that. Look out the back of the airplane. We're looking at the, what are we looking at right now? Oh, we got all the way to the floor because we're in the walls. So let's see what we got in the airplane. Yep, the emergency exit lights are on. This is interesting. It doesn't actually have lights in the ceiling where it says exit, but it has path lighting taking you front and back. And this is not necessarily a full airplane or a full-size back airplane from the looks of it. Okay, let's spin around here. Looking out the window, and we're back in, and let's see, we got the emergency exit lights, dome light off, compass light off, seatbelt sign off because we don't have people seated yet and we're not ready to go. All the front lights are off. Now we're going to go let's see, down to the flight control panel. We're going to come check along here. And let's see, 2992. We're going to move that to plan. And we're going to leave that on 10. Come along here. We're going to set this to 8,000 feet. First we're going to change it to thousands, so we shouldn't really be doing that right now. And there we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to change this back to hundreds. Okay, constraint 10. And plan, so it looks like this mirrors whatever you do on the other side. Okay, what's next? Okay, it's actually, the checklist has me going up on the FO side of the panel, I guess. So we're going to turn on the radio panel for the third occupant. And we're going to put it to 1, actually 3, it is on ACARS. The flight control panel, everything's in, cargo heat and smoke's all in, ventilation's in. That would be if you had to manually start the engines, that's okay. Rain repellent wipers, okay. Okay, now we're actually back to the glare shield here. Move forward in front of the seats, and you can check the button there. The auto land button works, master warning works, Master caution works. Chrono side stick priority. And like I said, everybody in those are in their positions. So we check the FCU. Let's go down now to the FO EFIS panels. And bright loudspeaker. We're going to turn down the loudspeakers because this won't let you check the oxygen, so you don't really need the loudspeakers in. Now we're going to go to the captain's instrument panel, and we're going to check everything over here. And we got bright, and all that looks good. Okay, center instrument panel. Nothing there yet. That looks okay. Okay, looks good. Now we're going to go down on the pedestal. Okay, captain's QRC, that would be in the side pocket over here, which they don't have. It's a quick reference card. Captain's McDo, and looks like it's all good from here. Captain's radio panel, we're going to turn that on. Audio control panel, we want that radio 1, VHF 1 is on. And normally this is where you do a mechanic call, or intercom down. This would be intercom to the flight attendants. These don't look like they're working on here. Okay. Thrust levers are idle. Let's see, what do we get? I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Light panel, radar panel. And parking brake is all good. Cockpit door is good. Rudder trim panel, you want that to 0. If it weren't, you'd reset it. You can move the rudder. This resets it. And if you were to move it this way, that would reset it to 0. Okay. Flaps are disarmed. Right now we don't have a squawk code. Turn on that side. McDo's okay here. Okay. So we have brake pressure in the brakes, and we would check the flight deck door. That would be down here. We check to see if we locked it. We'd have to use the code to get in. So that looks work. So now, Captain, flight forms on board. Now it's my job to go up and turn the ADRs on. Okay, how's this work? Oh, okay, that's how they work. And actually you go 1, 2, 3 in that order. Come down, recorder ground control, and I don't know why this recorder ground control is not working, but it is not. EFIS control panel. this. Scroll down. Okay. FCU, we pretty much checked that before. Terrain at ND. This is the wrong airplane. We're going to cancel this one because this is the airplane that I don't like. This is the one I bought and wasn't that impressed with. So we're going to go to settings, or actually take that back. File, main menu. Resume current flight. No. We're going to go to flight config. A320. This is the one I like, the TOLUS. Actually, that's a good airplane. That's in Phoenix. That's a Gate Alpha 22. That's good. So we're going to start new flight. Okay, that last airplane I don't like because